Hello, Eloise. What the heck were you trying to do today? You just barged your way into my date.
What? Don't call that barging, you jerk. I just so happened to run into you both by coincidence.
That was no coincidence. You even came there with food and everything.
I'm saying it was a coincidence that I also thought to go to that park today for a picnic. There, I saw you and Maxton there having a picnic as well, and I just thought I'd stop by and chat. And when it comes to having a picnic, the more the merrier, right? Yeah, you started to get jealous that I was there, which is really disappointing of you.
Huh?
Here's something else, Capri. How about you start working on being a better woman?
You guys were having a picnic of all things and you choose to bring takeout there? At times like that, you should be a good woman and cook something up for the both of you. What's wrong with us getting takeout? We didn't have to carry anything to the park, and it was Max Strawn's choice today. You have no clue, do you? Couldn't you see that Maxon really wanted you to make something up for the both of you to eat today? That's the whole reason he ate so much of the food that I brought with me today. Maybe this means that his stomach has started to have a liking for me instead? Shut up with all that bullcrap right now. The only reason he ate that crap was because he felt he had to because you kept shoving it in his face. Oh, that's not true at all. He ate it because he knew my cooking was better than yours. The thing about men is that they always fall for the woman with the best cooking. So I hope he'll rethink bearing you now since he's realizing that I'm the better woman. Screw you! Don't you think the same thing? I'm a far better match for a man like Maxon. How about you let me have a chance with him now and see what I mean? I'm telling you right now to shut the heck up, Eloise. I'm not sure how many more times I'm going to have to tell you this, but he is my fiancé. So no matter how many times you try and ask for him from me, you're not getting him. Just give up on him now and find another man who's actually single. No thanks. Not only is he working for good company, but he has a lot of muscle and is really nice to me. He is literally meant for me, so I'm not giving up. And I'm going to show you that I can get him to become mine. How the heck do you even get off with saying things like that to an old friend of yours like me? I get that you are my friend and have Maxon as a fiancé now, but who is to say that won't change tomorrow? Compared to you, I'm far more cute, and I'm better at cooking to his liking. I like to think that I'm the perfect woman for him. His stomach is already into me, so it won't be soon before he's coming to me asking me to marry him. This is getting nowhere. Eloise, if you keep that up trying to get Max from me, then I'm going to have to end all the connections I have to you. I know that you and I have known one another for a long time now, but I'll cut ties to you for being so unbearable. If you want to cut ties to me, then go right ahead. I don't really care if I no longer get to talk to you with anymore. Are you sure? It's not like we've even been that close to one another, right? We just happen to grow up in the same neighborhood and attend the same school. I get that our parents are close friends to one another, but you and me, we're not that close. If anything, you're the kind of person I'd toss aside right away for a man like Maxton. Ah, is that right then? Well then that's it for you and I. And you are never going to get Maxton from me. Maxton, are you going to be alright? You not only ate all the food we ordered, but a lot of what Eloise has brought as well. I'm sure your stomach has to be full by now, right?
Having to eat that crap she kept giving me really did it to my gut. She was the one that made all that food for herself, but then complained she didn't want to get fat by eating it, all right? I don't get why she would even cook that much food then. I just didn't want it going to waste, and when she started shoving it in my face, I had to.
But you didn't have to completely finish it all. You really are a nice man for doing that without throwing a fit.
But here's something that I didn't want to mention to you then. Right after eating her food, I had to go to the restroom to vomit.
What? Was there something weird about it at all?
No, it was just that she mistook sugar for salt, I think. So all of the food that should have been savory was absurdly sweet. And that's on top of the fact that I ate too much.
Are you serious?
Honestly, I thought her food didn't look too bad, but after taking a few bites, it tasted like crap. But I didn't want it going to waste, and with her constantly shoving it in my face like that, I had no choice, I felt, but was luckily able to hold it in until I got to the toilet.
I see. I knew there was no way a person like her had good intentions with that food.
What? What do you mean by that? So she isn't good at cooking after all? All she talked about today when she joined us was that she's amazing at cooking and loves to do it all the time.
Eloise had always loved to cook and bake actually, but she only loves the process of cooking and baking. For as long as I can remember, she's made good-looking food, but when it comes to taste, everything she made was like garbage. I could never take more than a bite of what she'd make.
Are you kidding me?
But at least things have always looked good. If I remember correctly, she even had an Instagram account where she posts all of her cooking. I think she has around 10K followers on there right now.
That's actually quite amazing. Her cooking is utter garbage, yet she gets that many people following her?
Well, it's just a bunch of pictures of her cooking on there, so her followers don't know what everything tastes like. Anyways, now that you're aware of the type of woman that she is, can you promise me to stay away from her? Just a little bit ago, she was going on about how she plans to steal you from me.
What? She was really saying that?
She seems to think you're the perfect man for her, and after seeing what she did today, who knows what will be next in store for you from her. That's why I'm asking you to please do whatever you can to stay far away from her.
So she wasn't just messing around with me or joking then?
I thought the same thing at first myself, Maxton. But after hearing from her just how far she's willing to go to get you from me, I'm not sure we can manage to just laugh it all off anymore.
Understood, Capri. For a bit there, I was just putting up with her because I thought you both were longtime friends with each other. But now that you're asking me to put up a wall between myself and her, I'll make sure to do just that.
I'm sorry. Because of one of my old friends, you're having to be caught in such a mess.
Don't worry about it, all right? If anything, I should be the one apologizing to you right now.
What? Why do you have to apologize to me, though?
Because actually, today, during our picnic, I accidentally dropped the ring I had for you.
What did you say?
That was the really important ring that I had for you and everything. The first ring you had ever said you really wanted from me. And well, as I was carrying it for you today, I guess I must have accidentally missed my pocket or something. I might have been moving some things from one of my pockets to another, and that happened.
Don't worry about it, Maxton. We'll be getting married soon anyways, and when that happens, I'll be getting a proper wedding ring.
I understand that, but a wedding ring is nice and all, but the engagement ring is the thing that really shines, right? That's why tomorrow I'm heading to that park again, and I'm going to do a deep search for it.
Then I'll be coming along with you. You and I can leave to go there together and search every corner of the park for it. Oh, I'm so sorry, Capri. It looks as though without me even trying, I've stolen Maxton from you. What? From today? He is my man. He came and proposed to me after all today. Huh? Look, if you're going to talk while only being half awake, you're better off just shutting up and waiting for both your eyes to open. I'm sorry to say this, but I'm speaking the truth. Maxton just gave me this beautiful engagement ring. A wedding ring? Last week, we all went out to have that picnic together, right? Well, he went and slipped the ring into my lunchbox. And so when I opened it up later, I realized that he had given me an engagement ring. I can't believe that it took me this long to open up my lunchbox and realize that he had left it with me. What? So the ring was inside your lunchbox this whole time? The size of this ring is far too big for my fingers, but the fact that he'd have such a large ring made for me means that he wanted to show me just how much he could afford. Next time I see him, we can both go to a jeweler and have them resize this ring for me. You're mistaken right now, Eloise. I think that ring isn't what you think it is. I really am sorry. Things happened just like I said, and I was able to steal Maxton from you. Oh. But now you understand things better, right? All men love to go with their woman who can actually cook decent food for them.
So the reason you lost to me is because you never put any effort into being a decent woman. Uh-huh.
Huh?
I knew you guys were pretty close to getting married, right? Well, I feel so bad for you not being tossed aside right before that could actually happen. You guys were so close to being husband and wife, so I'm very sorry about that. But Maxton is now my man, so you are no longer allowed to come around him, okay?
My husband is right next to me laughing his butt off, though.
What?
This is the first time I've ever seen him laughing so hard. And Louise, you're a lot more funnier than I thought.
Why the hell is Maxton still with you? Maxton threw you away already for me. Hurry up and get the hell away from my fiancé.
I have no reason to be getting away from my fiancé, and I should be saying husband now because we didn't get married just yesterday. And today was our first day living together with one another.
Huh? You guys got married yesterday?
Yesterday was our 3-year anniversary for the first day we started to date. So we both thought it would be a great idea to go to the courthouse together and get married on the same day. We were able to get all of the paperwork in order, and now him and I are husband and wife.
What are you going on about? He went and proposed to me already. He was the one that gave me this beautiful engagement ring. And just a little while back, he was enjoying my lunch that I brought to the park for him. He already jumped ship and swam over to me.
That ring was never meant for you. That's Capri's ring, which I had been holding on to for her, but accidentally dropped into your lunchbox, apparently. So would you stop dreaming about how I left my wife for you and listen to what my wife is telling you?
What? Is that you, Maxton?
Just like Capri was saying, she and I got married to one another yesterday, which means that I will never, ever have to marry you. That engagement ring is Capri's, and I had accidentally dropped it was all. I thought that I had lost it for good, but it turns out that you've had it with you this whole time. Thanks for finding it for us.
This is Capri's engagement, right? You gave this to her when you proposed to her?
Recently, it had been hurting her finger, so she asked me to hold on to it for her. It was hurting so bad that we actually planned on getting it resized for her. So in the meantime, I was just gonna hold on to it for her while we were at the park eating, and then you showed up and interrupted us. I had it in my pocket at the time, but it must have fallen out and into your lunchbox when you placed it next to my leg. I still can't believe that it actually fell into there, though.
But why would you be saying something like that right now? You gave this ring to me, right? You don't have to lie about the feelings you have for me anymore, Maxton, baby. You're going to be marrying me right now, right?
I'm sorry, but I really don't care for you at all. If I actually wanted to marry you, then I never would have married Capri yesterday, right?
I get it. You were just upset with me right now. It took me way too long to realize that you had proposed to me, right? And as a way of showing me just how upset you've been, you got married to Capri.
What?
I'm sorry, Maxton. I know you went through all that work to sneak the ring into my lunchbox, but I had no clue. You've been upset about this the whole time, and that's why you married Capri, right? But look, baby, I totally understand how you feel now, and won't let something like that happen again, so you can come back to me now.
I don't think you should call it going back to you, because I had never proposed to you in the first place. I told you already, the ring fell out of my pocket, right?
Don't say that. You proposed to me already, and we both know that. You know just as well as I do that I'm the one who's meant for you and not Capri. I'm the perfect woman for becoming your wife, right?
Are you joking?
After all, I'm far more cute than she is, right? Also, my cooking is way better than whatever slop she probably serves up, right? As we all know, men want their wives to be good cooks.
Now listen here. I'm flattered that you're into me so much that you're practically brain dead now, but I have to be honest with how I feel about you. You're annoying as hell. Now before things get too out of hand here, why don't you just stop talking and leave my wife and me alone? And if it helps you any, I actually really hate you and the way you talk.
What?
By the way, what's this about you being more cute than Capri? All of my friends and I can agree that Capri is way more gorgeous than you by miles. What the hell was I even looking at when you came to bug us during our picnic? At first I thought some old lady was coming to ask us for help, but then I realized Capri knew you, and that you just didn't know how to do your hair or makeup.
There's no way. You saw how I looked, right? I was the better looking woman there, and I even brought you homemade lunch to eat instead of whatever crap she ordered for you. I know that you and all your friends see me as the most cute and wonderful woman imaginable, and that any man would be lucky to have me as their wife.
So you really did make that lunch then? I mean, it looked good, but did you end up using glue to keep it all held together? It was frickin' disgusting. That was my first time ever eating something so gross that it made me throw up afterwards.
Huh? You can't seriously be saying that right now. No matter who is looking at it, they would be able to see just how delicious that food was.
The thing is, we don't taste with our eyes. Yeah, it looked like a good meal, but that flavor was a sweet, plastic-like flavor. Really, it's just like you. Both of you might look all right, although that day you looked like a grandma, but the actual substance of you both is just toxic. So I'm not taking you. I would never want to marry someone like you.
Huh? You're even calling me disgusting now? You are actually calling me disgusting?
So does this mean you finally understand how much I can't stand you? Because if that's what this means, then there you go. Leave me the hell alone now. And the same goes for my very important wife, who I will not watch be belittled by you anymore.
Go screw yourself. I've never been treated like this before. I won't let you get away with what you said. I'm going to make you see just how much you've screwed up by not making me your wife.
Eloise, where the heck are you right now? I came all the way to your house to get my engagement ring back, but you weren't there. I even asked your family about you, and they said they have no idea where you went.
I'm at the river down at the road, and I'm right here now to throw this ring in the river.
What?
I am pissed off now at both you and that butthole Maxton, so at the very least, I'm going to take my revenge by tossing this ring to the river. This is what you both get for treating me so horribly, and now I'm going to make this ring the kind of trash you both have been.
You hold it right there. That ring is very important to both Maxton and I mean extremely important.
Then I'll make sure to throw it as far as I can. That's what you get. I'm getting ready to check this ring right
now. I tried so hard to stop you, yet you're still willing to commit a crime.
Huh? A crime?
Taking something from someone else and purposely throwing it into a river is a great case of you damaging my property. And if my husband and I were to tell the police about it, you have them showing up to your door and taking you to the police station.
I'm not playing around right now. I'm just tossing this trash your husband littered at the park. There's no evidence proving that this ring really belonged to you anyways. I can tell the police that it was just a piece of garbage I found and that I could do whatever I wanted with it.
I see. So your reasoning is that anything you find becomes yours and that you can do whatever you want with it? Well, throwing it into the river itself is a crime. Now you're purposely littering, which will get you a fine.
What?
If you've already thrown the ring, then go get it for us right now. And if you're not able to find it anywhere, then be ready to pay my husband $10,000 for it.
But what are you talking about? There's no way you can ask someone to find a tiny little ring in that river that big. It's impossible. And you want me to pay you guys back if I didn't find it? Bullcrap! I'm not paying for a dime! I had every right to toss that ring of yours into the river. Huh?
If that's how you're going to act about all this, then I'm calling the police. Yesterday, Maxton and I were having a lot of fun laughing at your jokes, but today we've grown tired of them and are ready for you to shut up. And right now, both Maxton and I are furious after hearing what you've just done. He is so mad at the moment that he just ran to his car and is on his way to the river.
What?
I'm sorry. He already called the police the moment he heard that you went to the river. I hope you're ready for what's about to happen next, Eloise.
Are you guys freaking idiots? Calling the police on me over something like this?
I don't think so, but you're very much of an idiot for trying to toss that engagement ring of mine out of anger over your own mistakes. You really thought that you just have that massive delusion about my husband and think he actually loved you? And then when you found out that he never loved you and just dropped the ring into your lunchbox on accident, you could freak out and get away with it? You're not a 5-year-old anymore. You're old enough now where the law has to play a role.
Shut up!
Just because you've got to marry Max, it doesn't mean you have the right to talk to me like that. You call the police right now and tell them to turn around. You really think everyone will agree with having your longtime friend arrested over something like this? I thought that you never really were my friend. Wasn't it just our parents or something? That's kind of why I was fine with calling the police in the first place, since all of you really is just a stranger to us.
What?
I swear, I already warned you about this. I told you not to bother with Maxon anymore, yet you just assumed I was bluffing. And then you had this fantasy about how Maxon would dump me and come to you just because he dropped my engagement ring in your lunchbox. And then, when that fantasy was crushed, you started to throw a fit and literally threw that ring into the river. I'm done. I really never thought that at my age, I would still have to deal with people like it was elementary school. The only difference now is that instead of calling a teacher to come and put you in timeout, I'm calling the police and having them put you in jail. Now I'm going back to your parents and I'm going to let them know what's happened.
Wait a sec. My parents have nothing to do with this.
They don't? I think they really do, though. I can't seem to get through to you no matter how much I try, so they're my only other option. I really hate having to bring this up to them since they're great friends with my parents, but I have no other choice thanks to that empty head of yours. I'll let them know that the police are going to get to you right now, and that they'll need to get you out to the police station.
No! Stop!
I'm also going to let them know to never let you talk to me again. They'll probably ask why since they're such close friends to my parents. So I'll give them the whole story and hope that gets them to understand why.
You seriously stop. You already know just how crazy strict my parents are.
Of course I know. The both of them are school teachers, so I'm very much aware how strict they can be. So when they hear about how you want to steal my husband from me and about how you threw my engagement ring in the river, well, let's just say you can kiss your adult life goodbye.
What am I going to do? What am I going to do? My parents are the scariest things ever when they're mad.
If you're able to find that ring soon, I might be willing to tell the police to let you go. Now, that's all I have for you. I'm cutting ties to you now, so I'll learn about how everything ends from the police and from your parents. After that, it seems to me that both of Eloise's parents were furious as well. And when they met her down at the river to the police, they began to chew her out for causing so many issues for Maxon and myself. Then gave her 2 options before we asked the police to put her in the back of the patrol car. And that was to get in the river and stay there until she found the ring, or to go to the police and have to stay with them until she paid us for said ring. She chose the river, and for the next 5 hours she was seen wandering around in the very hazy brown river trying to find a needle in a haystack, and both her parents watched her and the police. Shockingly, she was able to find the ring after wandering around for so long and came up to show her parents and the police. Because of that, I told the police not to charge her with anything, and that as long as she was given back to her parents, we'd be fine with them not taking her away. Both of her parents took her back with them in the car, and since then, she has not said a word to either Maxon or myself. I heard that after a few days, she was kicked out of her parents' house for good, and told that if she did come back again, they'd have to resort to physical punishment. She later found herself a really cheap apartment and a new job near that apartment, but a lot of the people working there saw her that day she had to wander around looking for that ring, and tons of rumors spread. Some of them say that she had a gambling problem and was kicked out of her parents' house and lived in the river. Others said that she had always been homeless and goes into that river looking for fish to eat. Because of this, not only have the men in her workplace all avoid her, but so have all the men in the town.